Man, I'm so glad I'm free from this being attached to mind projected results, from like making videos. Because I'm going to make a video talking about the law of manifestation's ego. That's not going to get a lot of views. If you look on there on the YouTube, there's millions and millions of views, people, you can do it, you can manifest, and you can go to teachers and they can show you how to manifest and all this stuff. And you know what? And I'm not trying to be clever. I'm not trying to come up with something that nobody else is doing, making fun of the law of manifestation. It's actually true what I'm saying. I'm going to explain a little bit why. It's like this. First thing, if you're good, you're good. You're good. You're not going to be thinking about manifesting stuff. You're just not. You're in your height of your being. You're in your sukha. How are you going to want anything else? That satisfies all desires, you see. But now that doesn't mean I'm just going to sit out in the woods like this, forever and just, I create also, and I manifest. Like I'm making videos, that's creation, and I'm manifesting an audience who resonates with it and all that. But I'm not hungry for that. I don't have a projected outcome of like, okay, I got 1,000 subscribers now, and so then by next year I want 5,000, and then I'm going to build a business and have people come. Like I'm not thinking about any of that. I didn't know I was even going to make videos in my whole life. This is the whole point. We don't know what we're going to do. So when we just fall into stuff. Human beings like fall into stuff. And they were like, whoa, I found my purpose. Now I need to figure it out. I need to manage it. Well, how are you going to manage it? You didn't even know you were going to be doing it. So don't you think that this power that's brought you to your so-called purpose is going to take care of that also? You see, this is the trick. This is the tactic of the mind. It tries to get the self-will involved and make us think that we're actually doing something. We're not doing anything. This one, you can say, fundamental, rudimentary cosmic power is playing through all of us. There was a saying that somebody said, like, God's playing as me through me. You see, it's not like there's a me and I'm trying to get God to like come in and help me. That's just not true. The mind will say that's true, but it's not true. I see the sun coming up or bursting through. So, it's like even if the people are practicing these man, it's getting bright, isn't it? Even if the people are practicing this manifestation techniques and affirmations and stuff, and then they receive, the so-called fruits of the manifestation power, they're going to receive that anyway. This is the thing. Because you notice there's some people they can practice manifestation techniques all day long for years, and they're still maybe going to be poor. They're not going to, it's about destiny. It's about the highest thing we can do is turn our will and life over to the source that created this human experience in the first place. This is the highest thing. Because it's like, see, if we have desires, then we need to experience that. As I said at the beginning, if we're good inside, then our desires, it's not like we won't have desires. I can say superficially, I have a desire to make videos, otherwise I wouldn't do it. I have a desire, I make a really good soup, and I like eating it. So I have a desire for that. But I'm not going to die if I don't do it. I'm not obsessed with it. I don't have a delusion in my mind that these things are what's responsible for giving me my inner happiness and peace. If the whole internet shut down, I'm not going to go into a depression because it's like, oh, I can't make videos now, and now I can't be of service and help people and all that. God's going to use me for whatever He wants to use me for. You see, He can work in so many ways and angles we don't even know. But the mind gets attached to these things, and then but if the attachment is really strong to a desire, then we have to experience it. I like this example from Lahiri Mahashaya. I don't say his name too good either, but those that know the Yogananda lineage might know about him. Paramahansa Yogananda, I went to his ashram in California. He was the first one, his teaching, that really opened me up to getting on the path to find myself, you can say. His guru was Sri Yukteswar, and Sri Yukteswar's guru was Lahiri Mahashaya. Lahiri Mahasa or something. Lahiri Mahashaya's guru was Babaji. Okay. Lahiri Mahashaya was self-realized many lifetimes ago. But anytime you incarnate back into this human form, you have to take some collective karma and be asleep for a little while before you wake up again. That's just how it works. So he was like 30 years old. He met his guru, but he had one desire. You see, Lahiri, he had one desire that wouldn't allow him to come into the fullness of himself. And his desire was to live in a house or a palace that everything was made out of gold. Everything, the house, the table, the bed, everything. You see, we all have our thing, you know. And Babaji was able to, through some yoga practice, they were both yogis, they transported, he took his consciousness and put it on a more subtle realm. See, on these subtle realms, you can manifest anything you want like that. This earth is different. So they're, you can say soul, they went into this higher, more subtle realm, the causal world. And so Lahiri was allowed to experience, because you can manifest at will in the moment, this big golden palace with everything's gold. That burned that desire out, because he saw like, okay, so I'm, gold, cool, you know, now what? It didn't, he saw through that desire. He saw it wouldn't give him happiness. And this is really the point of achieving or fulfilling any desire. If you want to get right down to it, that's the point, to see it's not going to make you happy. I mean, you can look at some of these musicians, Kurt Cobain and some of these actors, they got everything. Millions of dollars, they can get anything they want. They can almost materialize like in the subtle realm. Not really, but you know what I mean? And look what happens. They kill themselves, some of them, they get on drugs. A lot of them, I told you before, there was this video about these fancy hotels, and the manager would explain like these, and when he would explain, he'd have they would edit his face out because he didn't want these people coming after him. But he explained that these people would throw these crazy parties, man, just crazy stuff, just sex orgies on another level. He'd come in, when they go clean the room the next day, they'd be drugs, they'd be feces, they'd be blood, there'd be all kinds of weird stuff, you know. So these are your people that have all the money and all the means to fulfill their desires. Why does that happen? Why do some of them do that? Because they see something inside, they can't articulate it, but they're like, wow, I got everything, and I'm more miserable. See, that's the thing. Think about this thought for a minute. Now, those who are grounded in a spiritual practice, you're not gonna go to that depth. Something will wake up and say, "Well, I really need to start focusing on my spiritual nature," because that's the benefit of being rich, I guess you can say. You have everything, or you can get whatever you want, and the wisdom wakes up and says, "Yeah, but this just isn't enough, man." And then your spiritual tendencies will kick in, and the universe will start directing you on how to realize this uncaused joy that's in you, that nothing external can give you. Think about this for a minute. Imagine whatever your desires are, you can just manifest immediately, right now, whatever. Perfect wife, all the money, cars and boats and motorcycles and traveling around the world, all those experiences. Just imagine all that's manifested right now. it would get boring, wouldn't it? Everything gets boring. It's not like you're going to live on some permanent, eternal high from these things. Just comb through your life and remember certain experiences you had that you're like, the mind says, if this happens, I'm good. You know, I used to be really excited about going to roller coaster parks when I was a kid. I couldn't even sleep. And man, I couldn't wait for that day to arrive. And when it arrived, I was just full on, you know. I'm full on now, but in a different way. It's not contingent upon things. So all these experiences that or getting the girl back, that's a big one. How long does that last though? You're in hell, she comes back, oh, it's heaven. And then she leaves again, you're back in hell. None of these experiences last. So if you were to materialize all your desires at once, you'd see, like, that's not the answer. So do that now. You save yourself a lot of time because we're only here 70, 80 years. You might not have enough time to materialize all your desires. It takes a lot of work, you know. And you see, it's a sleep that we're in. It's a dream. We're dreaming. First, it all starts with thinking we're this human body. That's why I keep I'm trying to share about, and that's why I use death as an example sometimes to point to the fact that, whoa, we're not this body because this body's going to die. Who are you beyond this body? Because when we really believe that we're this body, then that's a huge limitation. So then the mind starts trying to help you figure out, like, well, how am I going to, because it feels the limitation. It's like, how can I be happy? Because God put the instinct in us to be happy. So now mind's going to try to help us be happy. And it's going to say, so you need to, here, if you do this, it'll help. If you get your own business and you make a bunch of money, that'll help. Ooh, if you get a nice car, that'll help. People will look at you and give you attention and you'll feel worthy, that'll help. So we get all these catalog of desires, and it takes a long time to experience them because we're in this dimension of time and space. Things are really slow. On these higher realms, like I say, you can manifest like that. You just manifest. Here it's very slow. So the game continues because hope, you see, the hope carries a person, keeps them going because they have an idea, a goal or desire in their mind, and their mind tells them that they're going to be happy if they achieve that. They believe this thought. The consciousness like dupes itself into this amnesia and believes this thought. And so then it starts to try to get this desire fulfilled. And it can take years, but it keeps them going because they think, well, I'm almost there. I'm getting close. When I get there, I'm going to be happy. So you see all this time and energy and attention we invest in the idea that something outside of ourselves, some goal is going to make us complete. Do you see now this is how people kill themselves or get into drugs? Because they get all this and they realize, whoa, I'm not happy. This is hell. It is. It's like you're burning, your own delusion is burning you up, but it's burning the ego up. That's good. You want it to burn up. But if you don't know that, you'll think it's you that's burning up, and then you want to stop the pain, either by killing yourself or doing drugs to numb everything. Are these words landing for you? Because I'm on a roll. It's the same thing with healing. Like, you can't study to be a good healer. It's like these things are downloaded in you or they're not. Same with manifestation. If it's your karma and destiny to have a bunch of money, to be materially, so-called comfortable, that's going to happen. Practicing the law of manifestation is not going to make that happen. Those that were practicing this law and then they get a bunch of stuff, they're already going to get a bunch of stuff anyway, you see. But there's some healers, you can't learn to be a healer. They're a healer. It's God's playing that way through that form. Maybe through you, God's going to play a different way. Maybe you're going to be a teacher, a school teacher, or maybe you're going to make videos. We don't know. We don't choose this stuff. It's been downloaded. But why can some healers heal themselves? I mean, they can't heal themselves, but they can heal others. What is that? They're a healer. Like, shouldn't they know? Can't they figure out how to heal themselves? No. It's destiny. We got to surrender and give our will and life up. Give it back to the universe that created it. We got to give our life up to existence. Let it take care of you. It takes a big load off. But if you still got to play the game for a while to try all this out, that's also a stage. I can't take somebody. I can't interfere with the law of evolution. I can't do it. These words are for people who are kind of on the cusp. You kind of know this stuff, but it's sleeping inside you, and then when somebody shares it, like activates it. Those who are deeply believing in that they're the body and that they need to take, manifest, and that's going to make them happy, I can't really help them. So these words aren't really for them. It's for you. Who are you? Have a good day.